Subsequently, a punctual person works on time without any hindrance. The people who are employed in armies and navies are given rigorous training to become disciplined and punctual. They pay no heed to any circumstances, be it rain or thunder, they care about their punctuality. Furthermore, punctuality pushes the person to achieve success at faster rates than others. We must develop this quality in children from an early age, which will make it easy for everyone to lead a better life. When a person is punctual, they get utmost respect and admiration by society and reach greater heights than an unpunctual person. Every person has the right to avail of primary health care, no matter what their economic and social status would be. Staying healthy is the only way to live a satisfying and productive life. In today's world, where social media, junk food and work take up a huge part of every day of a normal human being, it is easy to find excuses to invest in health or any fitness-related activities. Research has shown an increasing number of people being admitted to hospitals for various illnesses. Now, with the pandemic, it is even more risky if you take things too lightly. It is high time all of us made up our minds to take care of our physical, mental and psychological health if we wish to lead a healthy life. People need to understand that no amount of wealth would do any good if you are not able to be physically and mentally active. Global warming is the long-term warming of the planet's overall temperature. Though this warming trend has been going on for a long time, its pace has significantly increased in the last 100 years due to the burning of fossil fuels. As the human population has increased, so has the volume of fossil fuels burned. Fossil fuels include coal, oil, and natural gas, and burning them causes what is known as the greenhouse effect in Earth's atmosphere. The greenhouse effect is when the sun's rays penetrate the atmosphere, but when that heat is reflected off the surface cannot escape back into space. Gases produced by the burning of fossil fuels prevent the heat from leaving the atmosphere. One of the most debatable and relevant issues in the contemporary times, sustainable development is becoming the need of the hour. Selfishly pursuing modernization, humans have frequently compromised with the requirements of a more sustainable environment. As a result, the increased environmental depletion is evident with the prevalence of deforestation, pollution, greenhouse gases, climate change, etc. The concept of sustainable development in India has even greater relevance due to controversy surrounding the big dams and mega projects and related long-term growth. Since it is quite a frequently asked topic in school tests as well as competitive exams, we are here to help you understand what this concept means as well as the mantras to drafting a well-written essay on sustainable development with format and examples. Revenue budget includes the government's revenue receipts and expenditure. There are two kinds of revenue receipts, tax and non-tax revenue. Revenue expenditure is the expenditure incurred on day-to-day functioning of the government and on various services offered to citizens. If revenue expenditure exceeds revenue receipts, the government incurs a revenue deficit. Capital budget includes capital receipts and payments of the government. Loans from public, foreign governments and RBI form a major part of the government's capital receipts. Capital expenditure is the expenditure on development of machinery. The proliferation of magazines and periodicals has also led to the proliferation of jobs in the field of journalism. There is no doubt that an ambitious man or woman possessing the necessary qualifications can find a suitable opening in the newspaper media. The career of a journalist demands a wide range of qualities and skills. There is no doubt that this career is highly rewarding, but a journalist has to work very hard for this. He has to know something about everything. The person who wants to reach the top has to master the techniques of journalism and go through the mill. He should also possess a flair for writing, sound judgment, personal integrity, yearning for facts, and an expert knowledge of all branches of journalism. In library, debate class, and in competitions, students get proper scope to improve their knowledge and style. Above all, in examinations they try to show their brilliant performance. Thus they get opportunity to expand their activity. School has definitely a healthy influence upon students. But some students indulge in bad company and get away from the impact of their teachers. Those students miss the charm of their school life. Teachers act as the guides and guardians to guide them on the right path. In school, teachers try to remove the evils from the students by sowing some seeds of good qualities in them. The precise relationship between fiction and life has been debated extensively. Most modern critics agree that, whatever its apparent factual content or verisimilitude, fiction is finally to be regarded as a structured imitation of life and should not be confused with a literal transcription of life itself. While fiction is a work of the imagination rather than reality, it can also be based closely on real events, sometimes experienced by the author. In a work of fiction, the author is not the same as the narrator, the voice that tells the story. Authors maintain a distance from their characters. Sometimes that distance is obvious. For instance, if a male writer tells a story from the point of view of a female character. Other times it is not so obvious, especially if we know something of the author's life and there are clear connections between the story and the author's life. Allergies are abnormal immune system reactions to things that are typically harmless to most people. When you're allergic to something, your immune system mistakenly believes that this substance is harmful to your body. Substances that cause allergic reactions such as certain foods, dust, plant pollen, or medicines are known as allergens. In an attempt to protect the body, the immune system produces the antibodies to that allergen. Those antibodies then cause certain cells in the body to release chemicals into the bloodstream, one of which is histamine. The histamine then acts on the eyes, nose, throat, lungs, skin, or gastrointestinal tract and causes the symptoms of the allergic reaction. Future exposure to that same allergen will trigger this antibody response again. This means that every time you come into contact with that allergen, you'll have some form of allergy symptoms.